but I didn't know when. I didn't understand the time and the season of when I was going to connect. But just a year ago, I came out, and here already I'm meeting you. So I'm truly honored. Today, my theme will be Dreamers Never Quit. And the reason why I say dreamers never quit is because sometimes you get in a place that you're settled and you already have a lot going on. A lot of things are happening in your life. And so you think that things that you dreamt years ago, well, it's on the back burner and it's burnt up. And I'm getting too old to do something new and something fresh and something different. But I'm here to tell you that life changes. As you get older, things change around you. If we notice, technology has been taken off like a rocket. Not like an airplane that runs the runway and then it goes up. It just, shoom, it goes right up to the sky as soon as it takes off. And that's what we're going to do. From this day forward, we're going to take off like rockets. And we're going to begin to dream again. We're going to write our dreams down, because you'll forget. At this age, you'll forget whatever you dreamt. And you'll go on to the next thing and the next thing, because you are inventors. You are creative. And that's how God made us. He made us to create things and put them in the earth. As you were talking around the room, I began to say, wow, these people are amazing. What I'm doing is nothing compared to them. But I'm standing as McClure Publishing and going to push it in the earth realm so that I'm breaking open all walls and all doors. I'm a birther. I'm a spiritual midwife. And because I'm a spiritual midwife, just will begin to cause you to become pregnant, whether you are a man or a woman. My age, I tell you, I'm through with having babies, but the babies that I'm going to birth now, they're going to be like 40-pound babies, 60-pound babies, 100-pound babies. And when I birth it, I might have to go into recovery for 10 years, but I'm going to birth these babies. And I just want to do a little skit, because I believe that books should come alive. I really do. Whatever's in a book, it should become a movie or a sitcom and a commercial or something. And so I'm coming into the room. My water bag broke. Oh, my water bag broke. I'm having contractions. Oh my goodness, I'm having contractions, and they're coming every 3 minutes. I can't believe it's coming. I need to get to the hospital. Someone get me to the hospital quick. Please get, oh, another pain came, and they're coming every 3 minutes, and I don't know what to do. Someone gets me to the hospital. So we enter into the hospital, and a doctor was on his way to talk to a patient, but he spotted me coming in. I'm having labor pains, and he says, get that woman a wheelchair. And they throw me in a wheelchair, and they wheel me all the way to the labor room, and they put my feet up and the stirrups, and they say, oh, she's 10 centimeters open. I can see the crowning of the head of the baby. And so the doctor says, it's time to push. Push, woman, push. And I begin to push, and bloop, the baby comes out. And I say, is it a boy or a girl? He say, it's a corporation. And I believe a corporation is a boy that grows into a man. If you remember years ago, men dominated the corporate America. They dominated the position on high. Oh, wow. They built it up like they were kings. And then the women came in and they were like, nah, we're running this show. This is our show. But I believe a corporation, if you take on the characteristics of a man, you can run that company strong and vibrant. And you can have that man behind you even though you're standing as a woman. When you come out, they'll say, there's something about her that's manly. It's not something, whatever, but it is something that is strong, something that has strength, something that has power. And I believe, women in the room, if you would allow a man to give you some advice, oh my God, that man can take you further. I believe that men should be men of door openers. And they should be the kind of men that when they open the door, they show you a room full of opportunities. And so why not take that on our character, that we can be door openers for people and show them the way to go and show them what to do. It's very important that we decide to lay down being a feminine woman and become the man of a corporation that we ought to be. Because without that, I don't think there is a corporation. You know how cars and boats are women? Oh yeah, we're shaped up pretty good. I like to see a car that's shaped, that have curves and things that's going on with that shape. So I understand why they call boats and cars women. And I like the way the cars and the boats take you from one place to another. And men in the room, if you would allow women to help take you from one place to another. Very important that you allow us to grab your hand and to show you. Because I believe behind every great man, there is a woman. And she will help guide you. And she will help lead you and give you sound advice that you should take and listen to her. You know how a man that doesn't listen to a woman, I believe he's just all out in the world doing some of any and everything. But if he would just listen and open his ears and be in tune to her radio show, that when she wakes up in the morning, she starts her broadcast. And some men will shut it down. They're like, I don't want to hear this morning. She's always giving me advice. I don't care right now. I'm trying to read my newspaper and drink my coffee. But I'm here to tell you that we all are connected with one another. We all are together in one place. And when we leave this place, we're going to connect with some others. I ask God that he would open your business up so that your business would multiply, that you would have franchises, that doors will open up to you because you're going to be that door open to help someone else. And the more we help each other, the more people will help us. I believe that McClure Publishing is here today because I want to be in a place with people like you that would help me get to where I'm going. You have to understand the level that you're on when you're doing a business. You have to understand you have to go through this step and that step and this step and that step. Don't rush and get to the top. Take your time. Take your time. Because if you go too far, too fast, you might hit rock bottom real quick. And it's very important to learn the different levels and to learn just what you need to learn. I'm talking to some people that's been in business for years. I hear someone has their business for 25 years. She left to get a card. But I thank God, and I just want to introduce Wimba in the corner. She's the president of Wimba, who has come over all the way from Hazel Crest to come and be here with me. And I appreciate her, Joyce Kelvin, of Women of Ministry and Business Alliance. We meet once a month or once every 2 months or whatever, and we go in and we begin to teach people of how to build their business. My first book is Be Like a Tree Planted. When I wrote Be Like a Tree Planted, I noticed that that's all I was going to do. But what happened, people began to call me up and ask me to help them with their book. Be Like a Tree Planted is the foundation of my company that I can build upon. So when you think of a corporation, you think of it as a building that you can begin to build floors and layers and the attic and the roof, and you build the landscape around. So that's what Be Like a Tree Planted is. When a man loves a woman, every character is me, whether it's a man or a woman. Tommy is an architect, and what I like about Tommy, he began to work in construction. I took architecture in high school every year. I failed the first year every semester. And so I believe in failure, because in that I learned how not to fail. And so Tommy took on that character. While I was in school, I was a mathematician. Sarah is good with numbers. And her and Tommy decided to get married. And they go from one phase to another phase. There's a college scene, there is a club scene, there is a church scene, and there is a murder scene. And the murder scene had to happen, because when you think about it spiritually, you have to die from this in order to transition over to that. And I thank God, because Terry Lynn, she took on some of my characters, going around doing all this kind of stuff, and just walking and flowing and getting men's attention and just dangling them around. And that's not what we're supposed to do, ladies. We're supposed to respect and honor men. And I had to learn that, and that's why Terry Lynn had to die. And Peter, he's a man who owns his own salon spa. He stepped in for Sarah when Tommy was sneaking off with Terry Lynn. And now Fluffy the neighborhood dog. Since I love dogs, I had to do something with the dog. It's very important that we get into that money when it comes to animals, because that is what, $1 billion industry? So I decided to start off with a book. Fluffy is the dog in the neighborhood that all the kids love, and then he's trying to save a child and gets hit by a car. And what happened, Katrina thought he had died. So she wrote this colorful letter. And this letter that she wrote, she was writing it to God. And what comes to find out, she get a phone call, or her mom did, that Fluffy did not die, he is alive. My mom read Shakespeare when she was pregnant with me. And what I do is I kill everybody, just like he does. And the attorney walks up to me and he says, Kathy, Fluffy cannot die. So I had to fix the book up where Fluffy comes home and he's back again. And I don't know why my mom read Shakespeare, but I appreciate her, because I tell you what, he writes about all emotions, all feelings and pain and love. I mean, it's just great. So I'm going to start writing so deep in that area. And I want you to keep in mind to go onto my website. It is McClurePublishing.com. And check me out, because I'm going to start adding more books. I'm working on a murder mystery. I'm working on a teenage book, because I want to hit the high schools. I want to talk to the students just about what they should not do. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to tell them what they can do. As soon as you tell children what they cannot do, what do? They go out and do it. So I'm going to show them what they can do and leave out what they can't do to help them become what they should be. I'm Kathy McClure of McClure Publishing.